Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, Gabby the game night, yay.
Hey, it's Gabby and I'm back when it's more Pod to say's term and this and welcome to Code, as you said.
7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin?
So, did he show this in court?
Yeah, I figure this has something to do with the jurist system.
That's so weird. I really like it from a gameplay, but it's weird.
Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close. October. Are we gonna do that?
October 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, Quorum number 3. Because now it's just for the trial of our mission. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution's ready to rock.
Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant, Vera Misham's condition?
Acute atropine poisoning, according to her physician. She could die at any time.
Oh.
Thus, her absence from the courtroom today.
What? They can't put on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. So bureaucratic of the... I can't speak. That's being a little harsh. Can't delay the trial any longer. They risk having no one left to try.
A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on.
Right, if Vera dies, then the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Just Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to give Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well. The opening statement, Prosecutor Gabby.
The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done.
But Vera's poisoned with atropine, the exact same poison that took her father's life.
What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant, since it's rather hard to come by.
That is true.
In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. But we just started. We need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer.
If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. How do you propose her killer poisoned her?
Nail polish, she bit her nail, she died.
Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. Your brother, bitch!
Prosecution objection is sustained. Ask the defense to prove its claims to this court.
And you're probably guilty of something, too.
Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. Got 2 things to prove here. Who did it and how. Let's hit first. What all evidence do we have? We have the nail polish. Okay, so yeah, I stole the stuff. Okay, so through Phoenix's simulation, I got real evidence. Because. I mean, she like bites her nails and stuff, so. The nail polish.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
So how? How to kill a poison vermisham? I'll focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin?
Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body.
I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how poison reached vermisham? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. What method was used to poison vermisham? Nail polish. From one kid then. Thank God I'm so smart. What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Ha.
Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah.
Something the matter? You recognize it?
No, nothing at all.
So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it? Prosecutor Gavin has told us there's nail polish. Nail polish? It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails? Ah, my wife has red nails. I see. So she's been painting them all this time. It's called yesterday's trial. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? Court is now back in session. First was pretty tense. Practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Now Vera became nervous. She had a habit of biting her nails. Her nail? Ah! Prosecutor Gavin. When the prosecution had Vera examined, they checked her nails. Bailiff, have them check the defense nails at once. Mr. Justice. Yes. Do you know who did this? Do you know who poisoned that nail polish? Yes.
That bottle belongs to Vera Misham?
Why do you ask? You know someone else who might have a bottle like this?
No, just checking.
Because I do. Mr. Justice, you're about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Here, let me show you. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time. Then let us ask, who poisoned Vera Misham via her nail polish? What's this? Christoph Gavin?
What's your game? My bro, there's no way he could do a thing like that. I mean, he's only in jail for murder right now, but you should know that better than anyone else.
Indeed. He's behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it's impossible to do what he did.
What?
Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. Could have been yesterday. Could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. Simply inconceivable. Inconceivable.
Inconceivable!
Prosecutor Gavin doesn't even think so.
You heard one using that word. I'm not sure you know what it means.
That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, I feel there's a clear and pressing need. They may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness.
Fine. Known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay, the defense's wish is granted.
This game is pretty sick.
Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand.
Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. 72 hours later. Yo, what up?
Ah, Your Honor, how nice to see you again.
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never.
I think you already know, Mr. Christoph Gavin.
Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself.
But I feel like somehow he's still my boss. Stiff upper lip, Apollo, you can do it. Does this ball look familiar?
Aridoni nail polish. Why, yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear.
She's not dead yet.
And, was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit, I respect her for taste in nail polish.
Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was... Her venomation was poisoned.
Atroquinine, was it?
You were informed about the case, Mr. Gavin.
Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier? Maybe you can explain this. You're being accused again. By him. Again. And? You agree with this accusation, do you?
Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christophe Gavin, your testimony, please.
I'd be delighted.
The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You're suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, vermicium. Please testify in this matter to the court.
Owning the same nail polish does not make a murder, or does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds. She poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father, too.
I am going to suggest that, but okay. Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sound rather unlikely.
Naturally. For one, I don't even know the Mishans. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice?
Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christophe Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he poisoned the Mishans. The question is when he could have done. Not to mention why. We know the when and the why. Kind of. Like, I need my bracelet. Can I use that whenever, or does he actually have something here? Oh, okay, that's not gonna tell me anything. I can see his eyes like this. God, that cold,
Here?
Did I see his hand?
Looks like Spider-Man.
Also, does he have a scar on his hand? Interesting.
Do we know someone else with a scar on their hand?
I don't think so, but that may come back later.
He had plastic surgery to make his hand look like somebody else's.
What? His hands had a skull appears on his hand? Pardon? What the fuck kind of... What the fuck kind of shit is that? When you're lying, a skull appears on the back of your hand. What? It was you who killed Drew Measham.
A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright.
Oh, really?
Your mentor, Mr.
But you
Wright.
see, I saw it. But I mean, he said her father, too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appeared to give me the news. What the fuck?
And, let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Measham fond of nail polish too?
Sorry, but it's more one way of poison, man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth.
Ha! It's a weird statement, but okay. I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Measham was killed October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is.
But he found a way all the same. And I found it too. This is how you poison Mr. Measham. So should I present the stamp?
Mm-hmm.
The troquinine on it.
That troquinine noonie.
I mean, I'd say that, the last symptom. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Measham died, he was seen writing a letter. And troquinine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin.
So I'm to understand the stamp was the murder weapon?
Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, this stamp was found in your prison cell. Alright, easy case, GG. We won. That is all, Your Honor. Order, order, order! Poison on the back of that stamp? After Measham was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's where you found the stamp. You made Drew Measham write you a letter. That's how you killed him.
What? My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need to do is recall witness Spark Brushell's testimony. Oh God, do we have to?
Well, that's the thing, V. After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Measham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
His desk drawer?
Yes, a stamp! A so-called postage stamp. End quote.
He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp.
What are you getting at?
What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night.
That would seem to be the case.
Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence?
He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use the stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder. What?
Really, Clavier. You should be seeing through these weak-spined bluffs by now.
He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Measham would use that stamp that night? At least for Christopher Gavin locked away in a cell. Well, seems that the defense has one thing to say.
You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christophe. Clavier. Honestly, I wanted to believe you, but the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Christophe.
What are you saying, Portugal Gavin?
Hair forehead. What was your accusation again?
Huh? Oh, it was that...
This poison stamp killed Drew Measham, yeah? To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Measham would use the stamp.
Yes, that's right. That's why it could have been planned.
Tell me, it needs to be planned? Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Measham died by that stamp. That's all.
Coincidence?
Christophe, you tried to slip out from under this accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is it? What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Christophe. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency.
But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony.
Very well. I shall take his claim head on, then. Justice.
What?
You accuse me of Drew Measham's murder, yes? Then, allow me to ask you. What possible reason could I have to kill a painter?
Apollo, motive. He's talking about motive. Indeed. It's hard to see how a toy could come to want to kill a painter. There's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? See, he was afraid it was about he might lose. So, what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. If you have some evidence to prove a motive. Motive for murder. Can I read the inside of there? There's a vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement.
I'd say it's about this vital.
Yeah, and I'd say it's about this vital. Save the game. That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, we're going to do this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. Then I see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have? For wanting to murder Drumisha. Alright, what reason? I don't know. What reason? What reason, indeed? I mean, to clear his trail, but that doesn't really give me anything. I have the forged page. I have 3 paintings that don't really tell me much.
Go with your gut.
Christoph Gavin's mode becomes clear when you consider why the stamp came into Drumisha's studio in the first place. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Damn, I really did have to go on my gut. Go back 7 years. Drew Meacham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. Page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifique Grammar's diary.
Ah, when Attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss.
Evidence of fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven.
The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? And why would they?
So I have curiosity. Do you remember this letter? Here's the first page. And this is the second. 100% court yesterday. The letter was sent to omission by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Meacham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old.
7 years old?
The client who requested this forgery
Once I was 7 years
was
old.
very cautious. Tried to erase anything and anyone with connection to the forgery. To keep them from talking? But he made a mistake.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years.
Herr Forehead, do you understand what you're telling us? The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Meacham was none other than Phoenix Wright.
Wait, no. Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down.
Oh, then how will it go down?
I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. Told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hat.
And one more thing.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough.
James Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery.
The day before?
Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigma's previous defense attorney?
No, this can't be at all.
But it's all true. There's another man, defense attorney, with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin! Little bit. Order, order, order! What is the meaning of this witness? I mean, defendant, a former lawyer?
Let me begin by denying this.
Easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin.
And impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly do you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim?
That'll be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield.
Her forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence?
Pretty sure.
Seems like we're supposed to.
Do I have evidence? Do I have evidence? See, I got a business card. No, it's got nothing. I got an envelope that I got open when the time is right. I got magic show tickets. $70. Fuck you. What a scam. I got a painting. I got more paintings. That's all I got. What's wrong with Prosecute Gavin? He looks clammy.
Evidence! Evidence that shows this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Clavier. Just prove it. Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case.
Must throw some evidence, Apollo. Prosecute Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness makes me want to save the game. Pull that darkness out of him. And proof is the only way I can. Proves Christoph Gavin's link to mission. Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of Mission 7 years ago. Prove it. Can be proven.
Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not... Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice?
I am.
Then, I say we give him the benefits of the doubt.
Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty.
Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Shouldn't the penalty not match his passion?
I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice, fine, Your Honor. All to prove is any kind of link. I want to stay close to the point in case I mess up. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to the mission. And I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice. Present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and the mission. What is our link? I mean, the nail polish, debatably.
Wait, what are we trying to prove again?
The link between our witness and Drew mission. And we have the letter that was found. That. Let's represent that. Is in itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, seems good. This evidence proves there's a link.
That scrap of paper, I'm afraid I can't let you submit that.
Is there some problem?
There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't.
Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. Mr. Wright's handwriting, what's the meaning of this?
Ha, I see now. Yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit.
Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera.
What?
Yeah, got you now, bitch. He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin. And the contents of your personal mail.
Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin?
As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please.
The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense evidence from the record.
Better luck next time, Justice.
Bitch. Or if you only take a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point. Apollo, do something! I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well. This ends the special witness's cross-examination.
The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph? Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier.
Paul, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember. What's really important to you?
You amused me, Hair Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. In fact, I haven't, not even once. 7 years ago. Finally, you just couldn't resist, could you, Hair Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record.
I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times.
Didn't you find anything unnatural about it?
Unnatural? It did seem unusually well prepared, and Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence. The next moment he called on Drew Measham. It was almost as if...
Almost as if what?
Funny, it didn't occur to me to wonder. Now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah!
Correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier. I knew because you told me, Kristoff.
What?
Oh, Dr. Seuss character again. It was the night before the trial. Clavier. Kristoff. Odd seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Well, why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who will be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen. I want you to call in a special witness. Then, I wondered about it at the time. How did Kristoff know so much?
Prosecutor Gavin.
Kristoff, we were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case.
The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin?
My, Clavier, you disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin.
You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing.
Paolo, I think we're finally going to shine light on the black belly of the thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Grameray. Two cards. Or 2 cards. 1 card. Or 1 card. Showdown time. Or showdown time. Enough. Enough. Okay, that one I know. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in the game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion.
Dad used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points of the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone.
Hold it! So, the one who requested that forgery was...
Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Grameray both deserved what they got.
She asked Mr. Measham to forge that evidence, so you could win. But then, when you're dismissed as Zach Grameray's attorney, use your forged evidence as a trap.
You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Ha! 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 Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Perfectly. You're mad, Kristoff. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end?
Cancelled when the defendant vanished.
Ah, I get it. So, Kristoff, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What?
You're afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. Couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved in the case for 7 years.
He always felt like he was, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Grammer got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me?
Wait just a minute. Zach Grammer is seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Is she alive after being gone 7 years? Finally, you knew this moment was coming. Just didn't think we'd get so fast. Zach Grammer had gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him! Right, leave it to me. Now may refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Grammer was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Was in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that the traveler is Zach Grammer. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Does she already know? So, please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this?
Alright, the judge was the only one in the court that was shocked. Everyone was like, yeah, we know.
All started 7 years ago. The great magician, Magnifique Grammer's death started it.
Paul's like, I got this great big truth bomb, and only the judge was like, what?
Magnifique Grammer's death, and student, Zach Grammer, the suspect, who had defended Zach in court successfully, would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable.
Wow, you're getting quiet.
He forged evidence. Misham? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. Took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions?
To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble.
That you planned your poisoning of the forgers.
Atroquinine. Applied to a commemorative stamp.
But luck was on Mr. Meesham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp, I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up.
The Ariadone nail polish, of course.
You know something when you quest that forgery. If Meesham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Ah! The nail polish. Was a good luck charm.
She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
Person gave me a good luck charm whenever I had to go outside. It protects me.
Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client. The one who wanted that note made.
This is insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there's no danger to her. But if she had to go outside...
If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous, and the nail polish would do the rest.
His time bomb sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously.
If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time.
Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said?
Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction.
What?
Clavier, surely you understand. We're back to the evidence, the lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the atroquinine that took Drew Meesham's life.
What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Ramray to keep him from talking.
I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
Okay, then why'd you kill him?
I plead my right to remain silent.
Fuck you.
Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
Afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose, sir. This court concurs with the witness. The defendant Vera Misham was on trial here. No, but you're doing so well, Apollo. As long as there are no evidence to support the accusation against him, this court of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent.
Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails?
What?
It wasn't me. I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you.
What?
Evidence is everything. There is nothing more.
Me punching you in the jaw.
I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion.
Your Honor!
Mr. Justice, you performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes, Christophe, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system.
That's right. Totally forgotten.
Kind of embarrassing.
The justice system.
Jurists, you say?
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of the common citizens into law.
Common citizens, wisdom, is this some kind of a joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this?
Kicking your ass.
Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers?
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
Nonsense. There's only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say!
You should not say that while they're listening. They're not in the court, actually. They're watching my video camera. Oh god, they're looking at us!
So who are all those people in the courtroom? Just an audience?
So, everyone's staring at us. What did we do? Why are you staring at me? Using that as a thumbnail. Someone looking at us.
How can you allow this?
Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright?
Oh god, this is about to be a strong punch. He's about to shatter something.
So, everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. Right. Right! Right! I can't accept this is no court! Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. You let ignorant swine soil your courts. Christophe, it's over. Javier. The law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions.
The The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge, like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. Is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. It is always changing, growing, nurturing. Nurturing it is our task as human beings. God, I can't speak.
Except for you, Kristoff. You aren't changing. You stopped. You're not needed anymore.
Damn, that went hard. I should say something. Couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. Someday, I'll know what law is. I'll fight things if I have to. What is law? I'm a lawyer, but I don't know shit. See no need to further prolong this trial. Began as trial of mission accused of murdering her father. The painter drew mission. However, several other incidents were reviewed. They seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Judge of the court. The death of Drew Mission. How do you find the defendant, Van Mission? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. October 9th, 12:48 p.m. Judge Chambers. It's in the trial for this case. Only the verdict
remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care.
Hi, Phoenix.
If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please. No.
Please, wait!
Yes, jurors number 6?
There's something in the juror's handbook over here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists.
That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case.
With the development of the case, I see.
Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely. Judge well. I feel like Phoenix could want a suit or something for that.
Can I pick?
Jurors number 6. Judge the defendant wisely.
Look, it's Lamour. Wait, I actually get a pick. Oh, no, don't let me save it! Aww! I really don't want to go back to my last save. Oh, fine, I really want it's right there. It'd be so funny. Fine, I'll go not guilty. Gosh. The bracelet.
How does she end up being a jurist?
Oh, because Phoenix put her there.
So Phoenix is going to choose any 6 people in the world, or any 10 people in the world he wanted, or 12?
Yep. Phoenix God gotta do whatever he wanted.
Phoenix is God?
On the justice system.
No, that's Phoenix. Innocent by unanimous decision. You're not Phoenix, motherfucker!
So if I pick guilty, would be like, innocent by nearly unanimous decision, except this one bitch.
I mean, in a real trial, it has to be unanimous, so...
Ah.
In real life. In the United States, anyway. If it's not unanimous, it's a hung jury.
You're Phoenix.
Oh, I thought the judge was talking because I saw the judge there. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Kristoff Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. That's you again.
October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after 12. Intensive care ward.
Oh, maybe that was me shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Vera
it's still
Misham
you.
opened her eyes. Has Phoenix been the narrator of the Times all along?
No, the green texted me. Okay, thanks to the white text.
Okay.
October 10th, 12 a.m., Hickfield Clinic. Alright, so you have all the same stuff Phoenix did.
Well, I'm so glad Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if, Hey, now don't you start crying. Sorry, I see it's like this. Well?
Thank you so much. Apollo, thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I had, you would have never been your nails.
No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm.
Well.
When I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world. To see things with your own eyes.
Looks like that poison had some effect after all. Killed off was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future.
I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you.
No, really, it's okay. Ooh, look, it's me! I love it, thanks! Is that me? She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least.
That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is?
The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore.
It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. That's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier.
Because they didn't feel like drawing a different background. You mean the stack of veils? That's why I finished watching them all? You know, I knew my real dad was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away.
We may not meet again for some time, Sushi. But know this, I'll be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammar, after all.
Ho 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 ho. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay. Felix is my daddy now. Even if he can't really play the piano. That he can't. I've got you too. Even your voice is kind of loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it. Where's Daddy? The one who can't play. Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy.
Oh, Trucy.
Yes, Vera?
I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it?
Oh, he's not been knighted. Yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Not loud enough. I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. That's Magic Panties, Apollo? Hi, Phoenix, what you doing?
So, your memory's returned. I mean, everybody did this voice. What's it gonna be now? Still me?
Yep.
Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just kind of like the Gandalf of these games.
This game in particular.
Yeah. When I lost my memory, I was reborn. Oh, I'm sorry.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamaror.
Suppose I'm paying his back on.
But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists?
You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course, it is a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children, 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This, too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? They do not know? Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them when the time is right. Until then, Don't worry. I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me, too. A little annoying at times, but still. I had to keep an eye on her, at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside.
Don't have to keep an eye on Apollo. He can handle himself.
Your bracelet. Yes. I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all.
Hey, it's me, Apollo Justice.
I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away.
Ouchie.
Ten years ago, during a simple rehearsal, it was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family. Now my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright. Speaking of miracles, Vera Measham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for.
That's pretty much the end of my story, for now anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. And that's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time. Gotta go. Cords of steel, here comes justice! Then ends on a freeze frame on the objection. As the credits roll. I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. Oh, and don't you worry about 2 grammar. Push on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy. Tracy Grammar, frankly, I got my doubts, but half Grammar, now that'll pack 'em in. Good game.
It's not every day you get a child that rocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah? That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session.
I don't think it's my favorite. The first or third are probably still my favorite, but it's really good. Second is probably my least favorite. It's good, just not as good as the others. How would you rank this one?
Well, it's finally over. That's how I rank it. I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam. Again.
I'm gonna be the main character for the next game. Apollo, your spotlight's gonna get ruined. So no ranking?
No, I can't. We played them too. It was too spread out the way we played them. It's hard for me to judge them against each other.
Can't wait to see the next one. I've never played. Oh, I never played this one either. But
So, I was standing around eating snack cools the other day when I got this crazy idea.
What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding.
What?
Ah, the power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe.
She then died from snackos. Snackle poisoning. Wow, look at all these people.
In the unlikely event you are wanting a Russian feast, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than a restaurant is borscht. Da, but if greater challenge is being required.
It's the Irish pirate.
You come to the hideout. You know who to ask for.
For a nickel for every time we had an Irish pirate in these games. I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but that happened twice.
Who's Emma looking at?
Oh.
So Kentucky pastries are getting back to Eastern roots. Spread the culture and all. Yo, boss, culture time. This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time. And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Walkie's paying any attention. Woo, kids.
Thank God I don't do his voice. I can continue going through this barely doing any voices. Oh, I can't wait for that to continue in the next game. Fuck you! Bizarre Chinese cake fly! I was a fly till like 3,000 years ago, believe that? Man, you wanna make it too? You gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I made OG cracker for real. I know I don't look like a cracker, G. Why you want me to call it the OG muffin?
I had a feeling that was coming. I just got to sit back and watch it happen. I don't even remember his voice.
Oh,
I don't know. You asked me, there's only one food, and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I got a new one, too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend? Eldoon's noodles is about the salt. Salt forever. He plays the harmonica. I should have done him like Bob Dylan. Eldoon's noodles forever.
You know, man. I don't know what his voice is.
No, you did him.
No, you did him.
My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinker and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko, reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the cure.
I hate him. Potentially the worst character in this game.
How is it you voiced the main character and the main character sidekick, and yet I still did 90% of the voice acting?
Because I had to voice the main character.
I did 3 of them!
God, I'm doing the next game's 2 fixed towards his main character.
Is Maya back?
I don't know how to thank you. Light has returned to my life, and with it joy. I have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song.
I don't think Maya appears again until the 6th game.
What number game are we coming up on?
This is 4, the next one is 5. The 6th game was the first one I played.
When are we going to play the,
Why is
Hold
he
on.
in prison?
Brusher here, back on the beat with another interview. And how do I feel about how things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. End quote! When are we going to play the Edgeworth game?
Soon, team.
Ace Investigations.
And then we also got the Great Ace Touring games play.
Yeah, we could stream that if you wanted to. The Phoenix one. Not the Phoenix one, the Edgeworth one.
Badass.
I skipped some dialogue, but I suppose I have to see a bit of the run outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them. Not like that bag of dicks Christoph Gabby. The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you.
She then got stabbed 5 seconds after stepping outside and died.
And that's the next case.
Apollo doesn't even get his name in the towel next game. He got 1 game with his name in the towel.
I didn't make the games. What are you getting mad at me for?
I'm not. Alright, well, thanks for watching this episode of Gabby the Game Night. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out VSM Multiple.
That Kristoff really was a steaming pile of stinky dicks, wasn't he?
Good night. And next game, you'd get to do her voice.
The robot? Fuck is
Stop
that?
figuring it out. She's a new character in the next game.
Fucking... I don't even know how to describe her.
Her name's like Athena, I think.
Yeah,
Bill Watson
that's
have seen her.
What
Athena
the hell happened to
Sykes.
Phoenix's hair?
He changed it slightly.
It looks like his face
Also,
changed
Apollo's
slightly,
edgy
too.
now.
He lost an eye?
No! He's a mess in eye patch. He still has an eye.
He's a fucking poser.
He still has the eye. You can probably see the eye in the next game.
Is that thing on her chest gonna talk?
The little robot thing, yes.
You're doing that.
Yeah,
voice.
I know. I'll do that. No, I'll do that prosecutor guy
Who
too.
was the girl we just saw?
That guy in the black is the prosecutor. What in this next game?
Not her.
Yeah, she's like the princess of Queen. See this mod. Case 3. Getting sneak peeks.
What do you mean case 3? You said she didn't come back until the 6th game.
Yeah, this is the 6th game here. This is the 5th game. I have no idea why Apollo is wearing an eye patch in half this game. I don't know what happens in this game at all, honestly. I have no fucking clue.
Right.
Phoenix comes back, Athena comes in, there's some other guy, and other stuff. By the way, in this case, I'm pretty sure you are, the defendant is a whale. That whale right there.
Okay.
So be prepared next time on Gabby the Game Night.
Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, Gabby the Game Night, yay. Come on and watch her play. New games every other day. If you subscribe now, you won't miss out on any of the action. So come on, click that subscribe button.